Right then, let's see what we can get done. Let us just see about that. Let's just see. So I want to move, today I want to move as much as I can out of things that are just GIFs on OBS layers to things that actually exist inside the game. So we can do that. We're capable of that. We have the technology. It's pretty rudimentary technology, but we've got it. It exists. It has meaning. So, what exactly do we need to do to make that happen? Let's see here. I think we're still calling this thing menu, which we probably need to fix because it's not a menu at all. It never was a menu. Perhaps this should just be overlay plugin, or is that... Oh no, overlay plugin is the parent, which is in lib. So what should we call it? Menu plugin. What is it actually doing? Oh, right. It's just kind of general animation. Well, in this one, it can just be stone plugin because we're drawing stone. Or even character plugin because we might change it out for other characters at some point. Let's try that. Character plugin. That's a valuable kind of that's a valuable kind of a name to have. So let's get rid of that, and we'll go instead of mod menu. Hey, Fanny Slam. Yep, we have one half of the dynamic duo down there. She's currently burying her nose in her paw, which probably means she's cold. And thank you very much for the lurk. I appreciate it. Let's see. I hope you're doing well. Mod, what did we call it? Character. And then we go to menu. You move that to source character RS. Yeah, that seems about right. And then mod real time. Yeah, this is going to be character plugin. Nice one. Okay, that's better. I have to make sure I don't actually type behind the puppy. Maybe I should be over on the other side. Okay. All right, so now that we've refactored that, do we still have all those player things? Oh, we do. Okay. I don't think we need it. I think we could actually get rid of that. So we could get rid of player. Probably going to need controls at some point. Oh, the ads take the puppy away. That's kind of sad. That is kind of sad. Actions, we'll see about actions. But we definitely take away player. So that means I can go to player RS and delete. we should be just fine. We should be fine. All right. Now, let's see if we can get the ads into this. That'd be quite helpful. So, I think for that to work, we first need to modify the store. Because I don't think we currently write to the ads table. Oh no, we do. Look at that. All right, cool. Let's convert ourselves back to a puppy-enabled view. It's important. And then, yeah, we do write something to the ads database. Let's just confirm that that contains something. Let's go to one of the local hosts, but not that one. Yeah, that one. I should really just do this in... Oh yeah, ads has got one in the one row. Oh, it's got lots of rows. Okay, good. They're all 90-second duration. Okay. Can't imagine many people actually get 90 seconds worth of ads though. All right, so we do that. That's good. And in real time, yeah, in real time, we would react to that. So we need a new kind of event. First message event. So we've got ads event, ads event, and we'll add one of these. And then we will add a system to deal with them. Oh, and this one should be chat messages. Hey, Ahmed Malud, how you doing? Okay, so read ads doesn't exist. First messages exist. And this one is read chat messages. And then we're going to essentially duplicate that for read ads. And we're going to consume a different event type. How's the bot going? Well, the bot is relatively static. The bot's humming along, and we're just working on the overlay to read the things that the bot is storing and make them visible. So we've got chat and first message notifications. Although yours didn't occur because I don't think you're in the user database at the moment, but normally when someone returns after a 12-hour gap, they'll get a little shout out. And now we're working on popping up the ads, or the ad sign, or the ignore the ad sign. Okay, so what are we going to need in our ads event? Are we going to get a display name? What are we going to get? We're going to get a duration and a started at. Okay, definitely not going to get a display name. And these are not options, right? I might get the JS for it. So we're going to get duration. Definitely want to come up with a better error handling routine than this stuff. And we're probably not going to do that, but we probably will need to convert it into some kind of date to compare with. And then message is going to actually be, oh, it's duration seconds, not duration. And started at. Started at. And we shouldn't need that. Okay. Duration seconds. Sounds reasonable. Okay. Now, so the first thing we're going to want to do is display the add message. And we can do that in text to begin with. So we need chat message. Derive component. Pub struct adds message. Just to give us a little tag component to deal with that. And then in init, we also need to do this. See insert Postgres forwarder adds message or adds event, more to the point. New Postgres changes event. Insert Postgres changes filter. Schema. Public. Table. Just adds, right? Yeah, just adds. Filter, none. Actually, I wonder if I could use that filter to filter out the robots messages rather than doing it inline in the function. Could we use this to filter out robot messages or other spam? Okay. So we're listening to ads. Good. So yeah, ads message. All right. So read ads. We get the duration seconds. We display ads message. what we might do is just put them in here so that at least we get something, and then we'll modify. We might even just pop the sign up. So what do we need to display? Or even just some hard-coded text. Chat message, and what is P? Oh, that's the parent. And then this would be, we can just output our started at maybe. And yeah, that's unused, but that's fine. Okay. So that, in theory, should do something vaguely useful. Where is it going to draw it, though? Because we don't want to put it over top anything else. We could put it like midway up the screen for now. Or I could just import the sprite and put it in. Yeah, to be honest, why don't we just do that? Just use the sprite. Okay, cool. So change this to add sign. Well, actually, no, we're not going to use text at all. So I get rid of that. And we'll put it like a to-do timer to trigger removing sign. And then we'll go, we'll get the sprite from the asset server. So that means we need loading, texture assets, asset, path, textures, ads, sign, PNG, pub, ads, sign, handle, image. Cool. And let's see. We will need the sign itself. So let's find, excuse me, where do we keep that? Probably, oh, here we go, adds a sprite. There it is, in all its glory. Amazing little thing. All right, so we can save that as an eloquent overlay, assets, textures. Oh, we need to export it, don't we? Adds PNG, very much so. But can I choose where, please? An eloquent overlay, assets, textures. Adds PNG, yeah, sure. Okay. So now I should be able to display that pretty much anywhere I want. And so I shall. I'm going to want to do essentially what we did in characters, which is, well, no, not even that complicated because we don't use a texture atlas. So we just need a sprite sheet bundle. And a transform for it. So we don't need that. Go away. Go away. Or that. There we go. All right, so it's going to be commands spawn sprite sheet bundle in a transform. No. I did not want you to do that. From XYZ. I really don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head. Let's just put it at 0, 0, 0 and we'll work it out. Actually, we won't use 0 for the Z index though. We'll go, I don't know, 5. Just make sure it ends up on top. And that's our transform. And then insert. And what was our marker component again? Adds sign probably. And we'll go adds message should change to add sign. Fair enough. Oh, and the textures. Asset server. So can I just do this? Nope. No, I can't. I forget how I did that. Textures is res texture assets. Oh, okay. So what am I using asset server for, if anything? Nothing. So res texture assets. There we go. And we'll just change this to textures to be clear. Okay, it's happy about that. We don't need an atlas. And I got that wrong. No? Did I get that wrong? Texture atlas. This is just an import from loading, isn't it? Yeah. All right, now what? Didn't use it and didn't use it. Sure, because we're going to use that next. But for now, we just want to display something, anything, during an ad break. Anything else we might need in order to get that loading? Can't think of anything. Timers. I need a useful value for started at. Started at is going to come through as one of these, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a string. And it's going to come in as a cert JSON value, I do believe. Yep, address of value. So to get that into a useful format, I need lat mut, or actually even duration seconds. I don't really necessarily need started at. Duration seconds, I presume, is going to be a value too, right? Yeah. But it should be just like a simple numeric value, so that's nice and easy. Let's go, how do I get the integer out of a value? I can't remember. It'll be in store somewhere. Store. Oh, wait. Come on, you can do it. Hello. Oh, I know why. Store mod rs. There we go. Good old fuzzy finders for the win. Value to value. You know what? Let's ask the robot. It'll be faster. Hey, big green robot. Hey, big green robot. Convert surd JSON value to integer. Yeah. Sure. As I64, really? Well, I don't think it is an I64, but I take your point. It's an int4. All right. That's pretty small. That's a pretty small int. Okay, let's try that. Not character, but yeah, this one. Duration equals duration seconds as what are my options? The only one is 64, really. Unexpected integer conversion error. What did I do? Yes, you are correct. That would be much better if it was a variable. It doesn't care about that. That's good. So I need to set a timer to expire and a system to keep checking it, right? So I need to remember how I do timers. I have timers and bevy, Cheat book, yep. Is there a dark mode to cheat book? Oh yeah. Ooh, rust, coal, navy. Are you? All right. The time resource. Oh, and the ads are about to start. Damn it, I'm not ready. Oh well. We'll get them next time. The most common case is delta time. Yeah, I don't need that. I need a timer. Timers and stopwatches. What's the difference? Detect when an interval is elapsed, and a stopwatch is track how much time has passed since a certain point. Okay. I need the interval elapsed one. Explode bombs. Yeah, I seem to recall doing this. Yeah, this should be all right. Non-repeating timer. Yeah, that's probably true too. Okay, so put this in here. Put this up here. I'm already using it. Oh, I've got a test timer. I need to change this name too. Okay. So we got struct adds timer. Close adds notice adds timer. Adds timer. Adds timer. You'd think I could have found and replaced that, right? Okay. Yeah, so close ads notice. So I need to add that to my systems. Probably need to refactor all of this. I definitely do. I don't think I use test timer at all. Okay. So now in the read ads thingy, after I display the sign, I need to find a way to tear it down. So I definitely don't think I'll be using started at. And yeah, how's this actually employed? Whoa, come back. How often does spawn a new bomb? All right, so that's repeating config. Okay. Where do we set up the fuse time? Oh, I see. Command spawn. Yeah. Create this. So we'll go. No. All right. Command spawn adds time. Adds timer. And from 6, duration. Cannot convert to an i64. Yeah, fair enough. So can I convert it to an as u64? Apparently so. Handy. But actually what we should be doing is putting this all in here, right? Something like that. And then all we have to do is wait for the timer to run out to despawn it. I do believe. I could be wrong, but I do believe. All right. What am I missing? Anything I'm missing there that I need to know about? I mean, it's position. We could put it... let's bring the puppies back. Bring the puppy back. There's at least one puppy there. I should turn the lights on. She's kind of in the dark. My other puppy's in his crate, but not because I put him there. He's just hanging out in there. He likes his own space. All right, so where in character, where are we positioning? 1150, negative 490, and 1. So we could argue we could just put it kind of in the middle of the screen for now, or like, 800 or something like that. I'm just trying to remember which direction everything moves in. Let's put it at like 800 and we'll find out. So that it should spawn along the bottom of the screen near where the where this little sprite spawns. Okay, that seems reasonable. Let's restart our overlay so that we can catch the next ad break, and then we'll move on. I mean, I could start an ad break, but that feels kind of lame. What's the shortest ad break you can run, I wonder? Oh, it didn't like us doing that. We panicked. Read ads does not exist. Okay, that seems reasonable. Only it does. Real-time read ads does not exist. Texture assets. Oh. I see. Texture assets doesn't exist in an eloquent overlay loading. Really? Use create loading texture assets. Use create loading texture assets. What did I do wrong? I don't know. Am I trying to use it too early before it's loaded? When are we running all of this? On enter overlay state streaming. Yeah, maybe that's the problem actually. We should be running all of this in the same state. So we don't want to run it on startup, for example, because the resources might not exist. So let's make sure of that before we do anything else. So that's our little tuple, and then we'll go run if end state overlay state streaming. Let's try that. We may as well alphabetize for want of anything better to do. I'm not sure if you need to chain or not. I don't think you should need to. All right, let's try that. Well, it's not crashing, so that's a good sign. But it's also not connecting. Oh, it couldn't find the path to add sign. Ads dash sign PNG. Yeah, because it's just called ads. Okay, let's try that again. Texture, no, loading. And add sign. There we go. Try that one more time. Okay. Move him back to the screen. And what we'll do is we'll turn off the robot's action to change the OBS layer so that we'll know if this works or not. So that's going to be in Eloquent Robot Real Time. There we go. Ads. Yeah, on Postgres change ads. Let bot sender, let OBS sender, there it is. OBS command send change ads into await. So let's stop doing that. And then the sleep. Stop doing all of that basically. That was always a bit clumsy. OBS sender can go away. And actually, we'll take it all away again. Duration seconds isn't required anymore, is it? Yeah, I don't think it is. Okay, don't need record at all. So actually we don't need any of that. We do need bot sender though. So that's it. And then we don't even need message. So does that mean we don't even need to move it? No. Wait, hang on. To force the closure to take ownership of ad sender. How is ad sender borrowed? I think you are mistaken, sir. Oh no, you're right. You're right. You're right. Okay, we'll keep moving. All right, good. So that should stop trying to change the OBS scene. So we'll restart Eloquent Robot. Do. Okay. And hopefully it should acknowledge. Can get rid of that. Don't know why it keeps popping up on the main screen. And that. And we should be back to business. All right. To find a better place for puppy cam. I don't know. I mean, chat appears up in the top right-hand corner at the moment. So... Oh, although, except it doesn't because we disconnected and crashed. Panicked at Postgres changes 6329. Disconnected. Let's try restarting the overlay. Maybe it disconnected because I restarted the robot. That seems unlikely. Chat is back, question mark. Chat is back. All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, we could put the puppies elsewhere. We could put, whoa, we don't want to do that. That is the video capture. We could move them here. It's kind of obtrusive. There's a very large dog in the middle of the screen. Yeah, I don't know. We don't have to have the puppies on the screen all the time. I just think it's kind of fun. All right. Maybe I'll just have to remind myself to keep working in the middle of the screen, or I could just do this. And then this window solely dedicated to puppies. This seems like a bad strategy, a bad use of screen real estate. But you know, I'm here for it. About there, maybe. Oh no, that's too far. Sacrilege using it to the mouse to move Vim split. All right, enough nonsense. So let's see here. So that's potentially the ads taken care of, although we do need to find out more about that. But in theory, I can now delete my ads scene in OBS. Remove, please. Am I sure I want to remove it? Yes, I am. Okay, and then we can just use OBS for doing like macro changes in layout and use the overlay for everything else, I guess. Cool. So in that case, we need to start listening to subscription and follow messages, and just in text initially until we can get some animations going for that. So let's try that. Let's go with, where are we? Loading? No. Real time? Yes, real time. And we will fix the naming of this later. Actually, it's really event plugin is what's going on here. That's what's happening. Events or event? Events plugin. In which case we need to rename this file to source events rs, and in lib we need to change this to events and this to events plugin. Cool. Yeah, I think that makes much more sense, really. Now, it would be good to be able to react to follows. So let's do that next. We're already doing it in chat, but we can do it absolutely in the overlay as well. So let's go with that. What do we got going on here? Oh, this is the wrong real time. We need to get rid of that. This window is not solely dedicated to puppies. So events. Yeah. And then we've got an event for ads. Let's create a new event. We'll definitely need to refactor this into its own stuff, into its own thing, its own area of code. But in the meantime, let's go with follow event. I definitely think that we'll be able to extract the payload in more useful ways for each event rather than doing it like this, but this will do to start with. So we're going to need to add an update function for read follows. And we're going to add the event. Follow event. And in init, we will start listening to follows, which I think I've already got set up here. But we just need this to be follow event. Nice. Now, what is next? We need to actually write the function. I definitely want to be able to take these functions down to a much more reasonable size. But this is going to be follows. Do I need the asset server? No, not just yet. Unless I'm going to do some text, I'll need, yes I will actually. All right, so we got display name. I'll definitely need that. What comes through in the database? Follows. ID, user ID, followed at, and display name. All right. I doubt if I'll need most of that except for display name. So let's go with that. Puppy is asleep in the dark down there. I definitely need to turn the lights on. It's quite moody. It's like a little dog in the dark. So definitely want the display name and is following this mess. Text first chat notice, right, so we're not doing that, but let's go to the definition of first chat notice and we will say follow notice. Color, I have no idea, but let's go with blue. We'll eventually change all of these to the actually the gray. We should change it to the gray that we use in Sprite for some of the characters. Maybe one of these. What's the main gray that we use? This one is 4B, 4B, 4B. All right. It probably won't show up that well, it's the only thing. Hey, Raticide, how you doing? Welcome. Yeah, I can't remember if color can do hex or if you have to use RGB. Is there a from hex? It's pretty much RGBA, right? From linear, right? I'm just going to look that up because it feels like there ought to be a utility function. Feels like there ought to be variants HSLA, LCHA, RGBA as from, no froms, no froms. Huh. I mean, I'm sure there's an easy way to do it, but hex to RGB conversion. I should know how to do this, right? WebFX from U32? Oh, okay. Let's find out. Oh, that's not at all what I wanted. What did we say it was? 4B, 4B, 4B. That did not work. I am not impressed. I'm probably being infected with a virus as we speak. 4B, 4B. Ah, I see. So it's terribly dependent on having that little hash there. What did I say? 75s. Are those supposed to be floats? Probably. Nope. Oh, that's a variant. There isn't a from RGB? Seriously? Huh. RGB from array. I'm missing something here. This is simpler than I thought it was, surely. Okay, you just got to do it that way. No. OX4B is also 75. Oh, there you go. Oh, now, did the add sign pop up? No, it did not. Oh, yes, it did. There's a tiny little add sign right there. It's a little smaller than I expected. Oh, well, at least it works. At least it works. That's hilarious. It's a very, very, very small add sign. Okay. A sign for ants, indeed. Indeed. Oh, well, at least it works. We'll just have to mess with its dimensions a little. All right, seriously. I have displayed many colors. Why can't I remember what the normal short form is? Got plenty of consts, which is good. In fact, it's probably already one of them. What is the gray constant? Oh, there you go. Color RGB. I was just overthinking it. Okay. And did it turn the sign off? Yes, it did. Okay, so we're right on cue. Good. All right, so that bit works. I'll be happy with that. Should be from 0 to 1. Oh, yeah. Duh. So what's the conversion? It's not 0.75, surely. Oh, 255. Oh, okay. Pass. I assume just 3 values will get you a gray of some kind, right? So it's going to be, what, a third? Yeah, 0.29. Make stuff up until it looks right, and that's what I usually do. If it's not abundantly clear already. I'll eventually get the color palette from the game pasted into here. And I imagine it probably won't show up terribly well. I might need to mess with the background. Font size, sure, why not? And we need some kind of positioning. So that's the follow notice. Where's the first message? First chat notice, first message. There we go. All right, so follow. And we'll just make sure that it sits up from the bottom a little bit by using one of these. Yeah, give that a crack. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Oh, hang on. I do need that. All right, cool. Wow. Could virtual text just please go away? Thank you. Excellent. Cool. So, where am I displaying that? Go away, go away, go away, go away. Puppy window, go away. Here we go. So this is read follows. We want see for follow notice. And then this is see follow. And that probably will be enough to get us started, but let's find out. We will need a user to do some unfollowing. So we'll get, what's his face? in here. Twitch TV bevy. Oh, hi. All right, cool. So now I should be able to follow and unfollow with this user. Unfollow bevy? Yes, unfollow. Can't believe I ever followed that clown. And follow. And so the robot responds. And we do not currently... Oh, of course, we haven't restarted the overlay. Of course, we need to do that first. What have you found, Tilly? Oh, it's very dark, isn't it? You're chewing things in the dark. I'll turn the lights on in a sec. Let's see. Cargo run. Do. Any errors? No errors. Move the overlay to the stream. And unfollow again. Yes, unfollow. And follow. And nothing shows up. Okay. Oh, and we called on... Okay, we panicked. Nice. Why did we panic? One wonders. Let's just try that one more time. Seems to be something in the real-time RS library, which is still very much in pre-alpha, that doesn't like it when it gets disconnected. Let's try that one more time. Bit more spam in the channel. Oh, by the way, thank you very much for the follow. I missed that in the spam. That was very helpful. And we'll follow one more time. Oh, no, it's disconnecting regularly on that. Panicking on... Unwrap on an error value. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Actually, what I could do is kill that there, and then this can become a terminal window. Yeah. And then why are we definitely unwrapping on something we shouldn't be, or is it more that real time is disconnecting? Oh, well, that's wrong to start with. This should be follow message, and then we need to create one of those. There we go. Follow message. So that probably wasn't helping. I don't know that that would have caused what I was saying, but let's just try it one more time. And pop that out and move it to the stream. And that totally didn't work. Yes, it did. Okay. Now, do one more. And we crashed again. Huh. Interesting. Postgres changes 6329. That is in bevy real time. Postgres changes 63. Okay. Payload clone, try send, EV unwrap. No, this is a this is Bevy Superbase, which is a crate that a person has written to use the Superbase kind of real-time Postgres thing that they released recently, which I'm using as a back end for the stream. So every time something happens, an event gets written from Event Sub that Twitch sends to Postgres, and then Superbase allows you to subscribe to table changes. So you can just say, oh, somebody inserted a new follow, say. And then the overlay goes, oh, fair enough. We got a new follow. I'll show something in the overlay. Yeah, it's kind of neat. But this is some person very clever has just written it, and we're still kind of working out the kinks. I've been talking back and forth with them a little bit about how I can help, but they are much smarter than I am. So it seems like it's failing to consume that event, or it's trying to unwrap that event here, and we don't really have error handling yet. So it's trying to send via that channel and not succeeding. So EV is a null value, is that right? On an error value. Oh, it was disconnected. Weird. Why in particular on this one is it disconnecting? The table is named follows, isn't it? Yeah, follows. And it's followed at display name. So what am I doing that might cause it to behave that way? Let's see. We've got follows. We added the Postgres event called follow event. We created the follow event, I believe, somewhere. Follow event. Yep, there. I will have done something stupid. There's no question about it in my mind. Postgres forwarder, follow event, change filter, insert, follows. Sounds right. And then further down, we run first messages, follows. Well, that's wrong. Follow event. This is what happens when you copy and paste code, folks. This is what happens. Bad things happen. Follow message, follow event. And this is not first chats. Hello. It is called follows. Follow. Let's just get all of our stuff right. Follow. Naming is important. Naming is important. Okay, did I get everything? We definitely need to extract these out into their own variables and things. Get single exists, but the traits were not set aside. I have to wave to people out the window because there's people that are walking past on the street. There we go. Okay. Follows get single. What did I do wrong there? Queries entity with follow event. Follow event does not implement component. Oh, I think this is supposed to be follow message. Yeah, there we go. That's better. So we despawn the previous one and then display the next one. Makes total sense. All right, so that's why it's crashing, I hope. Because if not, I have no freaking idea. And that's the polite way of putting it. So let's try that again. And we'll open up Dirty Great overlay window and we'll move that to screen 5, which is our stream. And we'll wait for that to show up. And it does. Excellent. All right. And I will get this gentleman over here to unfollow again. And follow again. it crashed again. Damn it. What the hell? Well, interestingly, it doesn't crash, and the overlay is still running, but I don't think it'll take text. It won't take real-time events. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay. So, why? It's still the same thing. It's still a non-event, essentially. Is it possible I haven't turned on real-time for that table? No, real-time's on. What am I missing? What am I missing? Have we somehow overloaded the whole thing? Can it only listen to a limited number of events? That seems unrealistic. We're extracting display name. It's panicking because it says it's disconnected. Why is it disconnected? Am I attempting to read a table I should not be? That seems unlikely. Follows is the table name. There's no filter. It's in the public schema. It's no different to any of the others. Just out of curiosity, can we still rerun it and just do ordinary message processing, or is that dead too now? Let's try ordinary message. Yeah, that doesn't work. What? What is up with that? So we've got nothing really showing up in here. But we can't seem to send chat messages anymore. Yep, that's supposed to be displaying on the overlay, and it is not. But it's not crashing, which is also interesting. I wonder if in refactoring it, I just screwed something up. All right, well, let's fix chat first. Chats with chat message, read chat message. Okay. All of this error handling crap. And then it's doing a root, see half, see chat message, and service handle, which is your name. Did I change something I shouldn't have? Let's just see if it is actually despawning things, maybe. Or for that matter, is the robot broken? In which case, we should maybe restart that. Let's look at the last messages to be sent. What do we got? This one's completely null. Sign for ants. Oh, okay. So yeah, the robot stopped. That's what's happened. All right, cool. That means it can die silently, which is not good. But you know what? We'll fix one problem at a time, and then gradually we'll arrive at some sort of solution. That's the theory, anyway. Okay, start the robot again. Stop this. And restart this. And let's see where we get to. All right, so first of all, does chat show up? Well, yes, it does. All right, so just on the off chance, does the follow now work? Well, it didn't crash. So that's good. But I also don't see any text. So that's less than good. Let's try that one more time. Yeah, I definitely don't see a notice. All right, so let's go to read, read follows. With follow message, oh, there we go. The event reader's wrong again. This is copy-paste events, copy-paste issues. God damn it. I know better than this. Okay, so we'll restart that one more time. Move you to the overlay. And let's see if we actually have progress. Unfollow. Yep. And follow. Nope. We panicked again. God damn it. All right. Just make sure it wasn't a fluke. Restart everything. Put you over there. Oh, interesting. I had to reauthorize. I wonder if that's what was holding us up. Maybe I didn't have the follow. I'm sure I had the follow scope. No, I see what it's done. It's authorized into the wrong browser. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. Now we should be cooking. Restart you. Not that I actually needed to be honest, because this just talks to the database, but may as well get a fresh, clean slate. Okay. One more time, checking chat. And it disconnected, called result unwrap on an error, value disconnected. Damn. Why is that happening so often? We'll just see if the database is still awake at all. So I should see foo appear in the messages table. And I do not. Unless it's ordered differently. Okay. What is going on here? Oh, we're about to get the 20 ad sign again. And do we get anything in the table? This isn't paged. Oh, it's paged. That explains a lot. All right. I really should be using a text client. Yeah, okay. So we're storing messages. Good. We should see another row appear. So this should be ID 10 when we follow and unfollow. ID 10, that's perfect. And then we certainly didn't get anything happening here because we're well and truly crashed. So we'll restart the overlay. Be good to know why that happens though. Whether it's something I'm doing or if it's just something that comes out of the underlying library that I'm using. Okay. So unfollow and follow. I didn't crash. Hey, it popped up some text. There's some tiny little text. Okay, so that works. Good. I don't know why, but it works. And we have a tiny ad sign. I wonder if I need like a pale white background for that one. So let's go to follow notice, or actually to see follow, which is the node, and we'll set a background color on that one. So call it alpha, maybe 0.2. Actually, no, let's use color blue, white with alpha 0.2, something like that. Yeah. Are you all right down there, puppy? Are you having fun? Are you playing? Okay, good. Good to know. Good to know that you've still got lots of energy. At whatever it is, 5:30 at night. Okay, so let's try that. So we'll give it a background and then padding of, that's padding bottom. So I could, in the follow notice, I could add padding of like 5 if I need it. Padding equals val, oh wait, UI rect all 5. It's probably not supposed to be. Oh, right. S. Really? Oh, this is only the text style. That's right. You've got to put it on the node. And I'm using the padding there, but we might just do that as well. I think the bottom padding will get overridden, if I'm not much mistaken. So we'll try that just to play around with it. The ad sign's been taken away, so that's good. We do need to make it a normal size, but that's okay. Oh, try wrapping the expression. What am I doing wrong? Expected val found floating. Oh, okay. Yep, you're right. You're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right. Pixel 5. Okay. And once again, we'll go in with the unfollow and the follow. And once again, that is not the desired result. That is not the desired result. It needs a height, is what it needs. Currently it's 100. Oh, I see. So we're using this to position it within the column. I see, I see. Could I not just pat it down from the top? I wonder. Let's turn that height off and see where it ends up. So padding bottom 600. I think actually we want top. And this should probably be more like 20. I don't think that that padding cancels the other padding. Okay, and the white is obviously far too white. So 0.1 maybe. Something like that. Sorry about all the spam in chat, but you know, it's kind of the whole point at the moment. Where you going, puppy? You're trying to bug me. You're trying to bug me. I do believe you are. And that crashed. Oh boy. Okay. Definitely not. Needs some kind of disconnection, reconnection cycle going on in there. I think would be the next thing. So let's just see if the rest of it is still running. That didn't seem to do anything at all. Maybe because I haven't given it a height of any kind? Don't know. What happens if I go... Oh no, it panicked again. Damn. Try one more time. Yep, consistently panics. Bugger. I wonder why. It's in the library. It's not... Unless you've made a commit like in the last day or so. Which I doubt. 4 days ago. Oh, wait. Wrong branch. Yeah, still 3 days ago. Huh. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to make a cup of tea. And then come back. F says BRB Kappa. No. R. F says BRB Kappa. Okay. I will be back. All right, I'm back with Chi. The dogs have been to the loo, and all is right with the world. That looks about right. Now, on your bed, buddy. Good boy. Okay. Now then. So I do actually have this module locally. So in theory, I could attempt to reconnect if we get one of these disconnect errors. So let's have a look at bevy real time. In Postgres, that's an example. Postgres changes is what we're doing right now. And it's this that fails. And we're just doing an unwrap on it. So, try send ev unwrap. So why don't we go, how could we handle, Teddy, what on earth are you doing? There's a bit of furniture removal going on here. What? Dude, hey, chill out. Teddy. Is that better? Are you happy now? Okay, good boy. Lie down. It's okay. Yeah, good boy. You're a funny dog. Yeah, so we could go like if tx try send ev, what is error? And that, I mean, that error might not always be disconnect, right? Match. No, that's silly. Let's just assume that it's an error, that it's a disconnect. So how would we reconnect? Is the real question. Or for that matter, is there a way that we can detect disconnections elsewhere and reconnect? Called result unwrap on an error value disconnected. So could we, where do we connect for that matter? What is CB? Channel builder. Okay, and does channel builder connect at any point? What can it do? It's got a pub channel builder, which has got a bunch of stuff on it and has new client, set broadcast, set presence config on Postgres change. I see. And it returns self. Add a presence callback on broadcast. Build. Client add channel. So is it just a question of, see, I don't know. I don't know. How does one actually connect in the first place? Is it by creating the client? Is that what's... when we get disconnected, actually, maybe there's more to this error. Maybe we can find out why we're disconnecting. So I guess match this error E. Be nice to get some detail about that. So I don't suppose I could do something as simple as this. Maybe get a bit more detail. You never know, it might happen. It might happen. It might be a possibility. Might do something useful. We'll give it a crack. We'll give it a crack, Nigel. Nigel? Okay, so let's see if we can make it crash. Oh, first of all, are we actually chatting still? We are chatting still. All right, so that bit's still working. Good to know. Good to know. Let's follow and unfollow. Oh, we're going to get ad breaks and 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Okay, so... Oh, here we go. Could not despawn entity because it doesn't exist in this world. That's interesting. Async compute task pool panicked, not yet implemented. Oh, right. I did actually need to return that. Okay. We were returning that before, right? What does it return? It returns a... doesn't say what it returns. Oh, I see. This is just the callback. So in actual fact, if you do get an error, it's a little bit tricky to implement something from there. Oh, and I'm playing ads even for my test user. Awesome. Love it. Okay, what is, if we go, okay, foo, what is foo? Foo is, we don't know what a foo is. Do we know what trisend returns? Oh, nothing, in fact. So we don't want to return this. I think that's probably the main problem. Yeah, or that. Yeah. I mean, it's silly, but it works. At least I assume it works. Always assume it works. Did we get the ad sign, by the way? Oh, no, because the overlay was crashed. Okay. Need some way to display the puppy cam that doesn't have the side of my desk in the way. Some sort of suspended camera arrangement. I don't know how much I need to refit this room. Okay, so we'll do one more follow and unfollow. And we disconnected, and it just says disconnected. Oh, goody. All right, so let's see if we can destructure that into something more useful. What is E? It's a tri-send error. So the channel is disconnected, or we're disconnected from the database. TXRX equals unbounded. What is an unbounded? A growable buffer that can hold any number of messages at a time. Huh. Did not know. All right. Interesting. So, be nice if we could destructure E into something else, but I don't know what. E is a tri-send error E. What would it be? And why? Why? And we're trying to send to what? TX. Unbounded. But how do we set the receiver? Oh, I see. So this is the callback. That's more the closure, effectively. We're setting a closure starting here. And then we're sending the receiver into a channel forwarder with type E, where E is event plus Postgres payload event. All right, I'm starting to slowly see the picture. And this basically returns nothing. It shouldn't matter if it does. Its only purpose really is to send something on that trans channel, on that transmitter. So ideally, there would be a way for us to reconnect at this point if we discovered that we'd failed to connect. But it's not a failure to receive something from the database. We've received something from the database. We've changed. We've got the change. We just can't send it. So it's supposed to be inserting a channel forwarder E, and the Postgres forwarder is the, for example, actually not this, and not this, not that, or that. Get rid of some of these windows. All right, so the Postgres forwarder is this thing. So we use commands to insert a Postgres forwarder of a particular type. In our case, it's a chat message event, an ads event, a follow event. And then we give it some specifics, like how to understand the change and which change to listen to. Which is nice, except that for this particular one, it seems to crash quite a lot. So the channel gets disconnected. Why? Is it getting torn down? Yeah, that's an interesting one. Because this is fundamental. We need this to work for the rest of the entire overlay. Channel set presence config, that shouldn't matter. In fact, do we even need the presence config? Variable does not need to be mutable. I don't actually understand the whole presence config thing. I need to read up on that on super-based presences. A presence is track state between multiple users. Yeah, I don't care about that. At least I don't think I do. I'm mostly interested in tracking changes on tables. So, why would it crash? Well, it's not crashing because I've stopped unwrapping, basically. Which is interesting in itself. Like, will it now... we're printing out disconnected. Will it still do it if I do it again? I imagine it probably will, right? Or at least it won't do anything useful. Yeah, it's still disconnected. Let's find out under what conditions an MPSC channel could disconnect. So Rust MPSC channel disconnected. If the receiver is disconnected while trying to send, the send method will return a send error. Send error, debug for send error, error for send error. Always returns a try send error disconnected containing the data in the send error. But what causes a disconnection? Why would it disconnect? Is it something to do with the way that bevy handles things that are stored in components? Or is it stored in a resource? I think it's stored in components. In which case, maybe there's a clone going on. Maybe it needs to be stored in a resource. Let's sketch our ideas out in an issue, because we need to see if this much smarter than me person has any ideas. Channel disconnections. Not sure if you want separate issues for the Nokia branch. Just organizing my thoughts around this, but I notice quite frequently that I see disconnected at open the code, and we're at source. No, we're not. We're at crates. Real-time source Postgres changes. And round about 63, 61, that'll do it. Yeah. Obviously, it'll panic in its current state due to the unwrap. But when it's less clear to me why the channel is disconnecting. One theory I had, is that we can't store a channel as a component. Possibly it gets cloned or duplicated in some way that's not... Actually, how can it be using an MPSC channel? Hang on. Is it an MPSC channel? I don't think it's a Tokyo channel because we're trying to avoid Tokyo. Channel forwarder is a it's a component with a receiver in it. And a receiver is crossbeam channel. What's crossbeam? Is that from bevy? Is that what the same thing bevy uses? To look up something new. Docs RS crossbeam. Tools for concurrent programming. Don't tell me it uses Tokyo. Yeah. So we're using crossbeam. Postgres forwarder was the thing, right? Yeah. This. So we set up TX and RX as unbounded, which I assume is from crossbeam. Yeah, maybe it's just not friendly to being cloned. Insert channel forwarder E, RX. So it sends the receiver. Not terribly friendly to the TX, to the RX from crossbeam. I wondered if perhaps we might need to look at storing it as a resource instead, though that may feel less ergonomic. Let me just make absolutely certain that I don't misunderstand why we're disconnecting. Like maybe we're disconnecting because of something stupid I'm doing. So let's look at this. We'll follow it. We'll take it all the way through from follow. So we create a follow event, which is event debug, and event is what? A bevy event? A bevy event. And we give it a payload of Postgres changes payload. And we give it payload event for follow event. Give it the ability to create a new one of those. Then we have a system called read follows, which only runs if in-state overlay state streaming. Then we add the Postgres event follow event with a bevy channel builder. Then we insert a Postgres forwarder with the follow event type, and we give it the right table name. Then we have a component called follow message, which is less important. Then asset server commands. Event reader is an event reader follow event, and follows is a query entity with follow message. So that's getting our marker component back for us. If let OK follow, follows get single. So if there is any, we want to despawn it. And then we're getting the record from the event. But we don't even get this far because the event never gets sent. Because our RX has been disconnected from the TX. And the fact that it does seem to work occasionally makes me wonder if it's like a sometimes thing. Makes me wonder if it's racy. Let's just rerun this one more time. See if we can get it to trigger at all. Might be more than once. Might be more than one more time. That's what it might be. All right, so we'll unfollow and watching for our crash. Follow, and we're disconnected. All right, so we'll can it again. Run it again. Just see if we can even get one response working, because I've seen it work. And we'll unfollow. And we'll follow again. And we disconnect it again. All right. I wonder if I can get it to happen if I do it really quickly, or else maybe I should wait. Maybe it hasn't finished setting up all of these by the time we get to do it. All right, let's try that approach one more time. Because it does feel like a timing thing. But also, if you do, it shouldn't be possible for the channel ever to disconnect. And if it does, we need a way to replace it somehow. And that could be quite tricky to have some kind of recovery state for this. All right, so we'll just let it sit for a sec. We'll make sure that the rest of our overlays, the rest of our back end is still working. So we should get a message. We get a message in my little window, which means that we have a message in the database, basically. Because you can't get one without it. So how far How long do we have to wait, I wonder? That should be long enough. It should, if it was going to connect, it'd be well and truly connected by now. I've already got a little disconnect message. Man. Was that just from the chat? Yep. So it's already disconnected. But that's from chat messages, not from the follows. Okay, so it can happen with any of them basically. But it's just a little more common with the follow events. All right. We can't store a channel as a component. Possibly it gets cloned or duplicated in some way that's not terribly friendly to the RX from Crossbeam. I'll have a wee play locally and see if anything helps. Yeah, okay. So first of all, a little bit of debugging. Why is that still there? What do we got? Actually, I think I already had that buffer open. Because the fact that it sometimes happens with the chat messages too means that it's not just the way I'm using it. At least I don't think so. Let's go with bevy real time. No. Bevy real time. Source Postgres changes. That's what we want. Now, this thing here. Postgres forward consumes Postgres forwarders, creates channel forwarders. So it removes the Postgres forwarder and inserts the channel forwarder. Now, it should instead create a resource with the channel forwarder in it. And if it did that, how would you... see, I don't know. Would you make it like, how would you consume that? You would have to go if in read event foo, the resource would be a res Postgres, res channel forwarder, where E is event plus Postgres payload event yeah, something like that. I don't even know if that would work. It might. I wonder what you can't store in a component. Maybe that would be a good line of inquiry. Bevy components Storage limitation? I don't know. Can be used to store data for an entity. A derivable trait. Usually structs. Choosing a storage type. Oh. Sparse set storage. By default, they're added to table storage. Optimized for component insertion and removal. Okay. It's not possible to separate into two different crates the implementation of component from the definition of a type. That makes sense. Sync components. A sync type cannot implement component. Yeah, I'm just wondering if there is a limitation on Crossbeam and bevy working together. But maybe Crossbeam's what bevy already uses. Crossbeam, bevy. Bevy Crossbeam event. Useful if you need to handle callbacks in third-party libraries or getting events out of tracing layers. Interesting. That is interesting. Johan Helsing, who also did other bevy stuff. Huh. He hasn't already used it, has he? Crates, real-time, cargo. Where's the Crossbeam dependency? Is it in Superbase? Ah, wrong branch. Crossbeam channel. Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I am just not sure. Feels like maybe we might need to work on the underlying library a bit more in order to actually make some of this more reliable, because you can't have it like failing every second call. It's not going to work. We need to make it reliable and predictable and not just start failing after an hour or 5 minutes. Seems to me. How could I explore that? Let's look at bevy Crossbeam event. Add events to your app using add Crossbeam event type. Fire events by using res Crossbeam event sender event type. Oh, so they use resources. Interesting, which can be cloned and sent into callbacks. Handle the event just like normal bevy events, which they are. Interesting. How deep down the rabbit hole do I want to go? Should I look at the source to this, or should I just use this library? Maybe let's look at it says port to bevy 11, which is a bit of a worry because we're at 13. Okay, match error, tracing error. We have an unbounded channel. Would only happen if we're out of memory. Only happen if callbacks happen as the app is shutting down. Insert resource, crossbeam event sender, event receiver. Process. Is this it? this is a very small library. Process crossbeam messages, match receiver, error, sender resource dropped. It's a very small library. Okay. Well, it's not like you can go wrong. What does it depend on? Obviously crossbeam. Yeah, crossbeam channel. Matches bevy 12. Bevy version 13. Matches bevy 12 for minimal dependencies. I don't understand why that would be. Do we have a bevy 13 issue? Add crate docs opened March last year. Well, it's incredibly simple, right? So we should be able to either just yank it and use it ourselves, or at least adopt its approach. Add event T. Add systems pre-update. Process crossbeam messages. I wonder if that's a thing too. Like if I'm processing the messages all at the same time, maybe that's causing some of my timing problems. So for example, not in here, but in here, excuse me, I'm processing all of these on update. Read ads, read chat messages, read follows, read first messages. I mean, there's nothing wrong with processing all the reads then, right? I would have thought. This happens early. On enter, overlay, streaming, run if run once. You would only want to do this after that. Maybe I should run this on startup. Maybe. Yeah, it's the only other thing I can actually think of right now. Okay, move you to there. And then do we have chat back? Chat is back. Is chat reliably back? Or are we crashing? With no crashes. Okay. All right, let's try a follow just for the hell of it. That worked. I mean, for some values of work. It didn't crash, I think is what we're trying to say there. It's still doing, oh, interesting. Okay, so this is good. This is, yeah, I think now what we're saying is that there's a timing issue. So how would we interpret that? We would say that we're creating this in the startup phase, and we're doing this in the streaming phase. So we're doing this as early as possible to obtain a connection to Superbase. And then we're only doing these once that's actually happened. So I guess once that channel has had time to connect. Still think it'd be interesting to explore this bevy crossbeam stuff, because storing it in a resource definitely sounds like an interesting way to go. Given that they use a resource, it might be an interesting option to explore. It's actually a tiny library. So not much of a dependency. To the original problem, I noticed that there were timing issues, and when I ran when I created real-time plugin much earlier in the startup, my disconnects went away, or at least they seem to have for now. I might see if I can get the branch working with a bevy crossbeam event, so that we can evaluate it. Okay. But in the meantime, we have formatting issues to fix. Terrible, terrible formatting issues. So what do we got? We've got a big white box. Yeah, this is not what we want. This is not what we want. We want... Let's look at... Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Node cfollow, the definition of which is background color white with some opacity. And we've got flex direction column, align items in, justify content end. Let's go with center. If there is such a thing. Padding of 20 and padding top of 600. We do not want that. We probably want margin. Does margin even exist? Or is it all padding? Yeah, something like that. Let's evaluate that right there. Move you back to your overlay home. And we'll do a follow. Sorry about the spam again. Absolutely nothing. And we disconnect again. Damn it. I thought it was over this. Ah. It happens too quickly, I think. I don't know. Or maybe I just got lucky before. Let's send a few chat messages and see if those disconnect. That has not disconnected. And that has not disconnected. All right, let's try the follow again. All right, so that actually worked. It's terrible. It's very hard to read. So that gray is not good. Let's try maybe some kind of bright green or something. Maybe the color of his eyes. What's his eye color? It's probably green screen green. It is 529836. 529836. What is the conversion? I'm just going to ask the green robot about this. Convert a hex value to color RGB and bevy. Oh man. So not a simple formula then. There's no from. You would think there would be, but there isn't. I guess RGB, all the things. Okay. What about essentially doing it by hand? So we've got no, fuck it. Let's hex to RGB fractional values. What did I say it was? I need to learn this. 529836. Yeah, there it is, red 0 to 1. So 0.32, 0.59, 0.21. Point 0.59, 0.21. And then we'll get rid of the background color. See if that makes us any happier or at least more legible. Eventually I want to just use animation, so I don't want to spend too much time on this, but we'll give it a quick crack just to make it legible. Okay, so another chat chest. We are not chatting, apparently. Interesting. We're not crashing, but we're not chatting. Is that because our other thing has died? Could be. Let's look at our database. Apparently it's Meat Week at New World. Messages. Page 2. What do we got here? Wombats and more wombats, so that's certainly working. and that means it's showing up in here, so that's working too. These super base notifications working, but we're not getting it here on the overlay. Interesting. Interesting. Huh. All right, we'll restart that. There's definitely some flakiness in the underlying event handling. That's just not going to cut it. So I think this use of this this other library is starting to sound more and more good, more and more useful. Okay, we got chat this time. All right, let's check the follow notice. Yeah, it's a dirty green, but it's definitely going to work. So let's put it down next to his feet, maybe. Eventually, I want to have like a little animation just appear next to him. But let's put it down low somewhere. Although if a person's got quite a long name, it could be. Yeah, I don't really mind, to be honest. We'll figure it out. I could always limit the width a little bit. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. So I think we will align left. Align. Now, hang on. Are we in a row or a column? We're in a column. So justify content center, align items. Is it start? Yeah. And then margin top is going to be more like maybe 1,000, maybe 1,100, maybe 1,000. It's all guesswork really at this point. Can't just drag and drop. And S width, call it call it val percent 50, and that'll be width not of the screen but of the container. So I'll try that, just see where we've ended up and see if we're even getting any notices at all. This is what you get when you work with software that's still under heavy development, and I wouldn't have it any other way, quite frankly. Oh, we're about to get ads. I should probably revise the size of that. Oh, yeah, we're disconnected again. Another problem. Try again. Definitely seems to be quite timing, race condition-y, sensitive-y. Check the follow notice. Oh yeah, that's ended up kind of in this area of the screen, so it needs to go over a bit because it's right hard up against the 50, the halfway point of the screen, about there. And it's only 50% of its own width there. So we can make it a 25. Or I wonder if you can actually put a new line in one of these. Or if it doesn't work that way. It'd be quite good if you could. Like a hard carriage return. Let's make it 30. And we'll put some margin left on it just to knock it over a little bit. Actually, we can't really. Oh, how do you do that? It's like Is there such a thing as a UI rect sum? I've got UI rect all. Left, right, top, bottom. New. Oh, you can do a new. Okay. Yeah, that'd work. So new. What was that? Top. Left. Val. PX. Say, I don't know. 300-ish. Or actually, why don't we just justify it center in that column? That would make more sense. But limit its width. And that should make it wrap with any luck. Do we need to take it down a little bit? Oh, no, it's all right. That's gotten rid of the add sign, but that's okay. Okay, give it another follow just for the hell of it. That is not wrapping the way I thought it would. Maybe it can't. You know what? We could just position it in exactly the same spot as the other one, but... Why is that 30% not enough to... Maybe the width is overridden by a different value. What if I give it a pixel value? Can't imagine that'll work terribly well. Give it a tiny pixel value. A lot of rinse and repeat with this kind of thing. Because lacking an editor for bevy, pretty much just have to try and repeat. I mean, I'm sure that there are probably ways where you can reload, like hot reload a UI, but I'd have to research that to know what they are. I'm sure someone's probably done some work on that. Yeah, so... That has disconnected, so we'll try again. Disconnected again. Damn it. Come on, you can do it this time. This time. Okay. Yep. That is not what I had hoped for. So it's justify content center within itself. So that's not useful to me. I need the thing that justifies it. Is there an align self? Yeah, there is. Yeah. So that should let you... I wonder if I can try that percentage width again. Or even just give it a slightly larger width. Say, what, 200, 300? All right, try that. Oh, we don't like that. Expected align self. Yeah, fair enough. We've got to use the right type. All right, we'll see how many times we disconnect this time. All right. So it's centered where? Align self doesn't seem to have worked the way I would have expected. Yeah, dunno. Dunno what's gone on there. Because we've got... By the way, is chat still working? Cheeky chat check. Well, yes, it is. All right. So let's think about this. We've got a padding, a margin top of 1,000. We've got a marginal round of 20. I've set a hard width of 300, which doesn't seem to actually be that helpful. And we've said, can you align center within the column? Actually, interesting. I wonder if creating the column's only supposed to take up as much width as required to display the chat message, which doesn't adjust things that have already been rendered on the screen. But if I then unfollow and follow again, nope, same deal. All right. I just want simple. I don't want complicated. So let's highlight everything on the right-hand side. Don't overthink it because you're going to replace it with a sprite. Anyway, forget about align self. We'll go justify and align center, flex direction column, padding, and we won't set a width. Yeah. Let's just see where that ends up because I forget. For that matter, it could just be a tiny bit down from the chat message and it wouldn't matter. So go to the overlay, unfollow, yes, follow, you're not disconnected, and you've appeared there. Yeah, that's silly. Let's put it up high next to the chat. So margin top, instead of being that, is going to be more like, I don't know, 300. All right, cool. Now let's do a, let's see follow. Let's do see subscribe. And we'll go, instead of 300, we'll go 400-ish, maybe 500, no, 400. And we'll change the color. So instead of see follow notice, we'll use see subscribe notice. And color, what are our presets again? Docs RS, bevy, color, presets are Alice Blue, which is named after Alice, which I think is very cool. Blue, crimson, cyan, dark green, fuchsia. We're using gold already. Indigo won't show up on the background. Maybe just white. No, white's the chat color. Silver, yellow. You know what? What the hell? Let's call it yellow. Font size 36. We might make it slightly larger, say 42. And I can't trigger a subscribe, so I'll have to assess it by firing it in a follow message instead, but that's okay. So let's go back to events. And we want a new event. First message event. Copy this one. And it's going to be subscribe event. We've got to make sure that we don't make any copy paste errors this time. That's the thing, because we know we're prone to them. Quite prone on the whole. Quite prone. Subscribe event. And then here, subscriptions. Except instead of X Postgres event, it is subscribe event. All right, now, derive component, pub struct, subscribe message. Read subscriptions. Okay, so we'll go to follows and we will be very, very careful to change every instance of follow to subscription. That did not do what I had hoped it would. Subscription event, subscribe event. Actually, subscription event would be better. Subscribe event. Change to subscription event. Okay. subscription event and subscription message. Commands EVR, yep. Subscription equals subscriptions. Get single. Despawn recursive. Display name. This is going to be subscription message. See subscription notice. Can't find it. I think we called it subscribe. Yeah. There we go. Missing dilib. What? Wrong file. Okay. Now, are we there? I think we're there. So, because we can't check on subscriptions without someone subscribing, we will do this instead. Just check on positioning. Is feeling very generous. And that one's going to be, oh, we'll just leave it as follow message. Okay, we should be able to fire that up. And we'll see if everything breaks. Nope, disconnected. Got to stop it again. So much spam in chat. So much spam. Let's try again. Didn't disconnect that time. And okay, it's quite a bright green. And it appears there. I mean, it could go higher. Yeah, so we might change these to change these to 300 and the other one is 250. Something like that. But yeah, otherwise, we can just undo these changes. Yep. And then we're good to restart. And we'll check for a disconnection. Seems not to do anything at all. Disconnected. Oh, of course it is. Definitely think we need to investigate using the resources. Not the. Did I mean the resources? I did mean the resources. Disconnected again. It's a good job I'm patient. man, 3 times in a row. Okay, there we go. I think we're back. But yeah, I need to work on that. I might do it off stream though. It's the kind of relatively boring thing that, well, this is relatively boring already, but hey, at least there's a dog. You're a good boy. You're a tired boy. Right. So that's that. And we'll commit that with textures, ads. Yep, that's correct. Oh yeah, we need to change the size of the ads. Refactor, add ads, follows, and subscriptions. Nice. Okay. Now, what we need is, what do we need? Oh, yeah, we change the size of the ad sign. Now, I should just scale it, right? In this, what is it now? It is 128.64. So call it 200%. It's pretty small, maybe 300%. It's such a crappy little sign, but we will eventually do something more sensible. Yeah, so let's call it at least 300%, probably 400%, right? Don't use bilinear because it's terrible. In fact, none of these are probably going to work that well. Oh, that'll do. We can work with that. It's pretty bad, but it was never supposed to be a permanent solution. All right, let's save that and export as ads PNG, which should be in the same place, hopefully. And then we will alter its position. Actually, maybe we should wait for the next ad break and just see where it ends up. All right. Once again, we have to... Now, do we have to rerun? I don't think it would pick up a resource change like that. So yes, I think we do. Restarting the overlay all the time. Many, many times. Let's check for chat working. Nope, disconnected. Oh. It's all right. We're going to get there. It's going to become reliable. It's going to become smooth. It's going to become so easy to work with. Easy to work with. All disconnected. Easy. Oh, and the ads are about to start. No, don't disconnect. Damn it, I got to get it working. Come on. Race against time. Oh, it didn't disconnect. It could work. Let's see what happens. Where's it going to show up? How big is it going to be? The suspense is killing me. If it disconnects, I may just do something violent. Come on, Twitch, where are your ads? Bezos is dying. He needs money. He needs so much money. Come on. Where are you? Ads, hello? Hello? Man, when you actually want an ad, there's nowhere to be found. Come on. Show me an ad. Are you serious? You told me there were going to be ads. I believed you. I said to myself, that Twitch event sub, they wouldn't lead me astray. But no. You led me astray. You did. And now I feel betrayed. Broken. Bereft of ads. Like some non-corporate entity. Hey, there we go. Yeah, no sign. Disconnected. Bastard. Oh, it's painful. Okay. You know what? We can just simulate the ads. We can simulate them. It's okay. It's okay. It's going to be fine. What we'll do, here's what we'll do. We will create we're going to get smart about this. We're going to add a system on update, debug, run if run once, so that we have a system that can display something but will never ever do it again. So let's go fn debug, and we also should run if in state overlay state streaming. Okay. Your commands and the textures, which are res texture assets. Okay, and then we'll go down to ads. And we should be able to place, adequately place our little timer. Except we won't put the timer in there because that would be weird. Where's debug? Here, debug. This is getting way too big. We need to do some refactoring soon. Spawn spreadsheet bundle, blah, blah, blah. Yep. Okay. Let's go. That did not spawn anything. Seems to me. Damn. Why not? Add systems, update, debug, run if run once, run if in state overlay state streaming. Commands, spawn, spreadsheet bundle, textures, add sign clone, insert add sign. What? Why didn't that work? Or did it work, but my sign is a tiny, tiny sign still? Maybe it's behind the dog. Nope. It's not behind the dog. Maybe it's off the screen? Zero, 0, 0, 1. That should be the middle of the screen. You don't want to hide things behind the dog. You don't want to ever do that. That just seems like a recipe for disaster. I wonder. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? We should have at least an image. You got to transform, textures, add sign, clone. I assumed that I did create that add sign correctly, so that it will, or at least saved it correctly. So open we're in the correct folder, an eloquent overlay, assets, textures, ads. Yeah, it's big. That's correct. At least I think it's big. Sprite size. Yep, it's a big one. All right, so why is it not showing up? Why is it not showing up? What is happening? Hey, Nano Dev, how you doing? Welcome. I'm in the weeds, as usual. What part of the world are you in where it's morning already? It's 7 o'clock at night here. Sprite sheet bundle. I mean, sure, we don't have to have that, but that shouldn't make any difference. So transform textures, add sign, clone, default, insert add sign. That should be absolutely fine. It is being run, I presume. It's being run on update, run if run once. That's hard to say 10 times fast. And run if in state overlay state streaming, which should work. You certainly don't want it running over and over again. For the hell of it, we'll just make sure that it's being called. Actually, where was that? It's like info, right? Debug. All right, we will give that another crack. Go away. I have no idea why it's not showing up. Could be a Z-axis thing, I suppose. But yeah, it's not there. It is not there. 001, 0 should be in the middle of the screen. Unless I'm very much mistaken. And I don't think I am. Is it running? Oh, it's not running. Look at that. There's no debug marker. Why? That one's running. Could not despawn entity 1-1 because it doesn't exist in the world. That's kind of weird. Wonder if it's getting despawned. Yeah, apparently I already follow you, NanoDev. Huh. I was going to follow you anyway, but there you go. You're welcome. I've been seeking out any and all people in the game dev category and relentlessly following them. Now, that is not what I need. That is not what I need. This is what I need, but I'm not sure why I wouldn't be running it. Add systems, update, debug, run if run once, run if in state, overlay state, streaming. I wonder if those need to be the other way around. That seems really weird. But you know what? You never know. Still trying to get to 50, so I certainly appreciate it. I try and follow as much as many others in this category as well. Yeah. It I did that grind and I remember it. It's a thing. But honestly, the process of finding other people in the category and kind of hanging out and getting to know them was pretty rewarding in its own right, because I feel like I learned a lot. There's an awful lot of Unity streamers out there, and I don't use Unity, so I can't necessarily learn that part of it, but I can definitely learn a lot of other things, like, you know, how to work with your community and how to do all the Twitch and OBS stuff. So we're getting character in it. We're not running the debug function. What is up with that? Why is this not executing? On update, run debug. You know what? Let's take this out and just run it once. I have no idea what will happen. Oh, we're panicked now. Debug does not exist. Oh, texture assets hasn't been loaded. Yeah, that'll be why. All right, so we can't do that. We could take the run once out and just add a million signs. It'll probably crash the overlay, but that's okay. Yep, there it goes. So why doesn't it? That is not one sign, that's a million signs. Why doesn't it? Oh yeah, I could crash. I should stop that. Why is the run once not good? Why is it stopping that from displaying? Oh, maybe it's like this. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. Maybe it's this. So we make a tuple there and go run once. Nope, that is not it. Yeah, I was pretty sure that you just chain those calls. Run if, run once. Like so. All right, we'll try it once more. And it doesn't run. I'm so confused. Why won't you run? What is wrong with you? Do you not like your place in life? Do you not like being in this function? I am disapproving. Why can't I combine runf states? Maybe that's the problem. Let's find out what the correct methodology for doing that is. Run conditions. Bevy system run if. Working with multiple states. Runf. That's what I'm doing. In state, runf in state, runf not in state, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Well, anyway, I know I can display it. So, I'm fascinated as to why it thinks this is bad. I wonder if it's got anything to do with the component that we're labeling it with. I can't see why. But you know, what the hell? Yeah, it just never gets called. I wonder, can you do something like this? Can you nest it? Oh, surely not, right? Maybe? Maybe it's clever enough to do that. Still no sign. I'm so confused. And if I take that run condition out, I guarantee you it'll appear. Yeah, there's something about run once that does this. Yep, there it is. There's a sign. So that's 0, 0. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's right in the middle of the screen. All right, well, this is how we debug it anyway. I'm over playing with the run once. So let's get a value that represents the right height. So call it I think it's going to be at least 1100 and say minus 400. I don't know. It's that's kind of a little bit too close for comfort for the little guy there. But you could just about put it in his hand. That'd be pretty funny. We'll turn that into an animation eventually. But we need to go down a little further and maybe more like minus 300. Would be very nice to have a little editor to be able to configure this stuff. Oh, that's a little worse actually. The 1200 is X. That's where I'm going wrong. So let's go more like 1000. Yeah, we're close. I won't even move that to the screen. Oh, I may as well. We're close. Let's call it 900 and 600. I think it might end up being like 580 or something. Oh, agonizingly close. Although actually that's kind of good because it looks like it's at the bottom of the screen. I'll just move it over a little bit. I'm surprised it's not crashing. The number of sprites we're putting on the screen. I saw a demo with someone doing bevy with a ridiculous number of animated sprites the other day, like hundreds of thousands. Let's call it 800. See what that looks like. Yeah, it's pretty close. I think we'll actually make it like 850 and 590. And one more shot for good measure. Should be just about right, I reckon. Okay. Cool. So, I didn't really want to exit that, but never mind. So that means we need to copy that transform into this one. Yeah, this one. That was actually pretty close to where we were. It was just that we had the wrong size. Okay, so let's go back to debug. Comment that out. And that can go now. We don't need that anymore. And hopefully we'll go VS. And one of these will be a terminal. Yeah, so with any luck, if nothing crashes, we should have chat back. We do not. That's sad face. Yeah, I definitely need to off stream fix that issue with the real-time library. So it's just too unreliable. Not any fault of the author, just that approach isn't going to work with Bevy, I don't think. Okay. Nope, disconnected. Thanks for trying though. Let's try that one more time. God damn it. Nope, disconnected. Oh, it's so frustrating. There's a little, there's a real-time, well, not a real-time, an inter-process channel that communicates between the two different bits that need to send and receive information, and it's dying. And I don't really know why. I don't really know why. Disconnected again. Ah. One more time. Hey, we got chat back. Sort of. No, it's within the application itself, so it doesn't have to authenticate. It's like a way that two different parts of the process have to communicate with each other. It's called a channel, and there's a transmitter part and a receiver part, and the receiver part is getting disconnected from the transmitter part, and I think it's because of the way Bevy is storing it in a thing called a component. And there's a way to avoid that by using a thing called a resource. And we just need to swap it over. I suspect that's going to fix things, but I just don't want to do it tonight. It's kind of plodding, boring kind of work, which I will get to probably tomorrow morning. But that's good. So we got things roughly working again. Oh, now we're going to get an ad. So will the sign pop up? The sign does pop up. Hooray! It's a sign. Oh man, that was hard. There's just no easy way to profile exactly where something's going to end up on the screen. It's like using, it's like writing games for those old, Commodore 64 kind of thing, and just kind of figuring out exactly where the coordinates need to be. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens when Bevy ends up with an editor, whether we can start dragging things around. I don't know if I'll prefer that or not. See if it turns the sign off properly, which it should, hopefully. Wait for the sign to go away. Hey, there it goes. Nice. Sweet. All right. Let's tempt fate by having this dude unfollow and then follow again. And does the follow sign show up? Yes, it does. Look at that. All right. Okay, so we have actual things are working sort of in kind of a way that maybe they are kind of, sort of. All right, so what did I just fix there? I fixed things. I know, right? Things have been fixed, but also not. PS add sign placed and resized. Okay. Cool. So now, what else do we need to do? We can probably take... I mean, we're so close to actually having normal basic functionality, right? Like, what do you expect from a new and burgeoning channel? You expect that they'll notice when you follow them, so because that's nice, right? You don't want your follows to go unnoticed. Some people, I think, wouldn't mind just getting a little follow notification without standing out, but I think for the most part, when you hit the follow button, you want someone to say, "Hey, nice, I appreciate it." And same with subscriptions, obviously. That's actual money. And then messages being echoed to the screen. Honestly, that's kind of, it's more for me than anything else. But also, if you're looking on a mobile, I really hate using Twitch chat. I'd much rather have like the last message show up on the screen. So that's why I did that. And then we've got our little guy down in the corner, which is the main character from my game. So I would like to be able to move around and animate and so on. And I think it would be quite cool to attach. Oh, chat appears. Oh, well, I'm hoping it should appear in the top right hand corner. Do you see that? Or it's pretty subtle, so maybe it's not clear enough. But yeah. And also I have it echoed to a terminal window. Yeah, very hard to read. You're right. That's the weird ass font that I use in the game itself. But it is hard to read. I wonder if I should change the size. Because it does seem, it depends if you're, like, I don't know whether most people view streams on a big screen or just kind of off to one side or on a mobile screen. You probably would never see it if it was a mobile screen. I probably should stop using that stupid font. So let's think. Maybe I should bump the size up at least a little bit more. So UI, RS, and it's chat. First message, root, subscription, follow notice, subscription notice, chat message. There we go. You dig the random emote drops dance thing some streamers have. Yeah. Oh my God, there are a lot of dance emotes in there. I only have this one, which is incredibly basic. But we should at least make emotes visible, not as text in the chat. And you can do that because it gets sent in the payload. I forget exactly what as. I think it's just a base 64 encoded, but I'd have to check. So right, so let's bump this up a little more, maybe 50, just for the hell of it. I'll take a risk and restart it, even though it's probably going to take a few tries to work. Due to the old disconnect bug. Yep, disconnected. God damn it. Oh, it's so good to fix this. What does that look like? It's a little bigger, I suppose. Not that much. I should just use an ordinary font. I mean, I can just put it in a terminal window. It's already in a terminal window beneath the screen. Like so. But, I don't know. I don't really need to see a complete chat log all the time. Different people seem to do it different ways. All right. Yeah, so what about this emoji business? Now, at the moment, all we're doing is echoing the chat message text, but it comes across in two different ways. Event sub. Oh, Twitch, if you've got a dark mode, that's a bit bright. Don't think you do, actually. Events. Nope. Event sub, chat message. That's the one. No, that's not the one. That's the one. So fragments, type emote, text, chat message, to emote, null, blah, 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 format static. Okay. I thought it passed the actual, pretty sure it does pass the actual emote so that you can display it. I think we can get that. In fact, I think we've already got it in the database. In messages, yeah, here we go. So where's one with a lot of emotes in it? Base dance, there we go. So that gives us this. Yeah. So it gives us fragment, text, basic dance, type, emote, ID, format, static, animated, owner ID, emote set ID. All right. So I assume that I need to make a separate request to grab that. Is what I would assume. So how do I do that? Using Helix, maybe? Emote only mode? Nope. I think it's probably not under the event subdocs. It'll be under Helix or Twitch API. Emote. Getting Twitch emotes. Getting channel emotes. Get emote sets. Yeah, this is Helix requests. Okay, we can do that. So when I receive a message with a fragment, I need to store it and then make all the requests to get all the emotes and then cache them somewhere. Okay. Yeah. There's another emote. They're very, very high tech. What is the time? 20 to 8. I'm buggered, to be honest with you. I think we might call it for there and then come back and attack it again tomorrow. It being Friday night and it not having been dinner time yet. Let's see who I could raid out to. We got the old Beegs. We've got Grumble of Pugs. We've got, who else have we got? Various of the peoples. We might raid out to Beegs just for the hell of it. Oh, it's at 3:30 a.m. Ouch. Well, thanks very much for hanging out. I appreciate it. It was useful to have someone chatting to test with. I'm just using you for your chat, basically. But I hope you have a good rest of the morning. Oh, Clayman Dev? Okay, sure. Let's go for it, man. I don't know if I subscribed or not.